There is one thing that many people don't notice. Reality seems to stand still as long as there is no choice inside. You can think, worry, doubt, consider options, but space doesn't move. It seems to freeze, and the more doubts there are, the tighter this pause becomes. You feel as if time has stopped, as if nothing is changing, even though the desire to change something is boiling inside you. But reality does not respond to desires, and not even a thought. She responds to the referral. When there is a choice inside, even if it is small, even if it is not perfect, the space comes alive. His movement becomes almost palpable. Events are accelerating. Opportunities appear where they did not exist. People start arriving on time. The puzzles start to add up. And the most interesting thing is that it often looks like someone has pressed the acceleration button. Although, outwardly everything may seem random. But there are no accidents. Why is this happening? Because the world is always synchronized with your inner state. While there is no direction, there is chaos inside. Chaos does not give a signal. Chaos does not create a vibration that space can respond to. But when you choose a path, a structure appears inside. It can be very quiet, barely noticeable, but it changes the frequency of your condition. And space begins to respond precisely to this frequency. Choice is the door. And most people don't even realize how important this door is. You can spend years waiting for changes, trying to change something. But as long as there is no direction inside, reality cannot adjust. She has nothing to reflect. She has nothing to rely on. But when there is clarity inside, even a small one, the movement begins. Because the internal choice creates a vector, and the vector creates the flow. Many people think that change requires action, but the action is secondary, the internal course is primary. You can act a lot in doubt, and life will slow down. And you can take one step in clarity, and life will accelerate dramatically. Because the power of change is not in the amount of effort, but in the direction you are heading. That's why sometimes one small thought changes more than 100 attempts. There is another interesting pattern. When a person chooses a path, space begins to remove all unnecessary things. At first, it may look like chaos. Something stops working, something is closing, some connections are being severed. But this is not destruction, but cleaning of the trajectory, so that you can walk more smoothly, so that the energy is not dispersed, to make your path straighter. And if you are not afraid of these changes, the acceleration becomes even stronger. Reality loves courage, not aggressive, not noisy. A quiet one, calm, the inner one. When you choose a direction, don't panic. When you stop asking the world for permission. When you stop waiting for the perfect moment. When you say a quiet yes to yourself. This is the moment when space begins to adjust. And the most interesting thing begins where the doubts end. When you stop rushing from side to side, your energy becomes denser. It stops flowing away. And it is this density that creates the acceleration of reality. Because space does not reflect thoughts, but the power of your inner state. If a fortune crumbles, life crumbles. If a fortune is going, life is going. Try to remember how your life changed when you made a choice. Sometimes it was a simple step. Sometimes a decision that you've been putting off for a long time. Sometimes it's an inner recognition of what you've been avoiding. And every time after that, everything changed faster. The children noticed it. My colleagues noticed this. Even the body felt it differently, because the inner course creates a flow around you. Change doesn't come when you're ready for it. They come when you choose a direction, and when reality has a route that it can take you. Space does not like emptiness. If you don't choose, it waits. If you choose, it speeds up. If you want to understand these processes more deeply and learn how to work with your condition so that life responds faster, please like, subscribe, and write a comment. This will help you tune into the line where your path opens easier.